So I'm here at Northcotes Flying Club. Northcotes is in Lincolnshire, England, on the mouth of the Humber. I'm in the workshop, which I've spent the last few months getting ready for my build of a new aeroplane. Not the first one I've built, but this one's a first biplane I've built. This one, it's going to be a replica of a First World War Nieuport 11, 90% scale, so it was a small aeroplane anyway, and this is going to be an even smaller version of it, but it's sort of thing, it's not plane for going anywhere particularly, it's more for just bimbling around on a summer's evening and enjoying flight. So I'm about to start the process. I've stopped work as down to 1 day a week at work anyway, and I intend the rest of my time to be spent when I'm available to build this aeroplane. Basic tools required for the build. I've got a toolbox there, obviously full of stuff. Bandsaw, radio, essential, need some music in the background. Certainly need that in here, it's quite cold, certainly in the winter time. I've got a bending press there. The very untidy wall of hand tools. I've got the grinder, pillar drill, belt sander, vice, and all the basics for a build of a simple aeroplane. Okay, day one. First bit of my rudder is almost halfway through. Taking it a bit slow today. See how it works out, getting used to working with the metal, but relatively pleased with the results of that. Maybe get back tomorrow, do a little bit more, maybe get this finished. Okay, good day. Day two of the Nieuport 11 build. Got on quite well for the first day yesterday. Come back today, I've got to do a little bit of metal folding and finish off the rudder, so hopefully that should be finished by the time I get away at just after lunchtime today, I think. Gone well so far. Let's see how the day goes now. Okay, the day's finished, as you can see from the bench. No rudder on there. New bits of piping out to make the elevator and horizontal stabiliser, and there, hanging on the wall, is the first piece. Framed on the wall is the rudder for the Nieuport 11. Frame all made. Of course, it's got to be skinned, but that's one of the last jobs you do before the aeroplane gets anywhere. So that's just going to wait now. Needs painting. Got some etch primer coming on to prime it and keep it nice and dry and clean. And then next time we should be starting on the elevator, which is all there. Plans, all drawn out. Instruction booklet. Let's see how it goes next time I'm here. Bye. Okay, end of day three. And we've got the horizontal stabiliser bent, all cut out. Got a few bits clecoed together. Holes all drilled. Cleco's gone. I've got to, as you can see, I've got to trim some edges off. Got to trim off the end of the elevator there. Get them all taken apart again and then cleaned up. Get those drilled, cut and drilled. So cut to size, take it all apart, deburr it, and then put it together and rivet. That's the plan for today. Okay, day four. Finished the horizontal stabiliser. Quite pleased with the finish on those gussets. Like a nice gusset, and all nicely put together. Pleased with the results. All flat and true. Same at the other end. Managed to get them shaped and fitted nice. And the whole thing, horizontal stabiliser done. Next one is just laid out the bits for the elevators, which will attach to that horizontal stabiliser. And there's what, 4 tubes, 4 flat pieces we've got to bend into ribs, and that's the shape it's got to make. Along there, the end of the day. I've had enough today, getting a bit cold coming I think, so I'll call it a day, go home and chill. Okay, we're on day 5 of the Nieuport build. Maybe thought I'd give a bit of background to the Nieuport. So the Nieuport was a very small single seat First World War aircraft, and it was one of 2 aircraft that was responsible for the end of the Fokker scourge in 1916. The Germans had come up with an aeroplane that, although not a great aeroplane, it had one huge advantage, and it was the fact that they could fire machine gun through the propeller arc. The Allies had nothing to counteract this, and morale suffered more than anything. So the Fokker wasn't a particularly good aircraft. It was quite small, so it was hard to spot, but it had this huge advantage in firepower. And it was only when the French brought out the Nieuport 11, which is what I'm building, and the British brought out the Pusher DH2, I think it was. So they didn't have they had a gun at the front, so they didn't have to fire through a propeller arc. The propeller was behind the pilot, and those 2 aircraft managed to fight off and counteract the problems that the Fokker Eindecker had caught for the Allies. So just a little bit of background. This is my 3rd aircraft I've built from scratch. So yeah, 3rd from scratch, and I got another one up in the air that had been in a hangar for many years. So it's not my first rodeo, but I'll show you a few pictures of how far we've got so far. So I've just been bending the elevators. As you can see, it's slowly starting to look like a tailpiece. Trying to bend the 2 pieces, it's quite difficult to get them something like matching. Obviously everything's got to be symmetrical, so it's not my favourite job bending the metal. It's a bit of a nerve-wracking thing to do, but we appear to be getting there. If I put the 2 on top of each other, they are pretty much a muchness, if I can get them to balance on top of each other. So they do fit fairly well. A couple of millimetres here and there, but that will flex as I enter them onto the spar there. Next job is to build these ribs, like I've done those out the folded metal. So we shall start folding those 6 pieces and see how we go from there. Well, after the first week of building, I appear to have horizontal stabiliser, elevator and a rudder made. Looking nice, needs tidying up, some bit of sanding and keeping all the edges smoothed and rounded, and then we'll get it all painted, bit of kit paint to protect it, and etch primer to help anything adhere to it. I'm pleased with that week's work. Not too many problems at all. It's gone fairly smoothly.